Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Mr. Fitness, the body transformation specialist. On today's episode of Weight Loss Warriors, we're going to be speaking with Jenny. Now, Jenny has an absolutely awesome story that she's going to want to share with us today. She's going to talk about where she's been, where she's at right now, and where she's looking to go, and everything in between. So if you're looking for inspiration and motivation, I can guarantee you're going to get it today with Jenny on our episode today. But before we get to Jenny and before we get to the episode, if you have any questions, make sure you leave them down below. I'm going to go ahead and let Jenny come on with us now. Let's go ahead and get her in here. Bear with me, y'all. So we are going to add Jenny in. There we go. All right, so Jenny should be coming in. So you're probably wondering, if you've never been here before, then welcome to Weight Loss Warriors. If you've been here before, then welcome back. There's Jenny. How you doing today?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
All right. So we're going to get to Jenny in just a few moments. We're going to get to her story and all of her greatness and where she's been. And like I said, Jenny's going to share with you everything. She's going to share with you her struggles. She's going to share with you her highs. She's going to share with you her lows. But before we get to that, if you've missed any of the past episodes of Weight Loss Warriors and you'd like to go check those out, they're going to be on my YouTube channel. So you're going to want to go to youtube.com/fitnessmotivation, the number 4, the letter U, the number 2. If you've got a weight loss story that you'd like to share and you'd like to do it with the world here on Weight Loss Warriors, then what I want you to do, if you're watching this live, I want you to DM me and let's talk. But if you're watching this on the rebroadcast on YouTube, there's going to be a link down below in the description where you can go ahead and reach out to me and we can talk there. Last but not least, before we get on to this awesome interview, if you're starting out a journey, if you're in a journey and you don't quite know what to do, maybe you've hit a plateau, I would love to be your coach. So if you're watching this live, hit my DM and let's talk. If you're watching this on the rebroadcast on YouTube, what you can do is go ahead down below in the description. There'll be a link where you can get 30 days free to my online fitness and nutritional coaching program. So with that being said, now that we got the house cleaning out of the way, Jenny, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm so good today. I'm so excited about this interview. Thank you
know,
so much for choosing me to be a weight loss warrior.
Hey, you know what? I like I said, I was looking at your story on your Instagram page, and I really like where you've gone. And after speaking with you on the phone, like I told you, I think that, you know, you guys that are watching this, you're going to get a lot out of Jenny's story because of some of the things that she's been through in the past to get to where she's at right now. And I'm just excited about where you are going to go.
You're excited.
I'm excited. So if
I'm excited.
I know you're excited.
I am.
Right? So, guys, as always, you know, I don't want to ramble. I want to stay on point, and I got my notes.
All right, let's get started.
So let's get right into it. So, Jenny, where did your journey start? Where were you at when, I would say everybody has to get to that, I guess, that enough is enough moment.
Absolutely.
Right? What was that moment like for you?
So first off, at my heaviest, I was 367 pounds.
Okay.
So we're going to go back to 2017.
Okay.
And I had an outing with a friend, with a bunch of girls, and I took them to my favorite restaurant. And I went to sit down, and the chair broke.
Okay.
And I was embarrassed. I was mortified. But that was my enough is enough. Like, I can never be that person again that everybody's looking at like, wow, that woman's so big, she broke a chair.
So you also said in the beginning that when you initially went to your doctors, you said they weren't listening to you on everything you were going through. Why do you believe that was?
Okay, so first off, guys, I'm 5'2", and at 367 pounds, that's a lot of weight on my small frame. I was in a lot of pain every day. My knees hurt, my back hurt, my shoulders hurt, my joints hurt all the time. And when you're heavy, I felt like going to the doctor, they tend to automatically assume that any ailment you have physically comes from your weight.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't get doctors to listen to, well, I'm suffering from this. And everything they would say was, well, if you lose weight, then this will go away.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like that was so dismissive. And it really deterred me from going to the doctor because I felt like nobody's going to listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
But when I had that incident and I decided that I really need to lose weight, I knew I needed help.
Mm-hmm.
So I did I seeked out a new physician, and I was very clear with that physician that I wanted her to listen to me because there were other things in my life that I needed doctors to hear that possibly could impact what I was going through.
Yeah.
So that was my first step.
Okay. So then you said you went to the new doctor and you said you were at your highest, you were 367 pounds.
Yes.
At the age of 29. And you said you didn't know why you were so big. How was it that you
I didn't know I was that big.
Okay.
I think I didn't own a scale.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I had weighed myself was probably 3 years prior, and I knew I was about 250.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a pregnancy. So I knew I gained weight, but I knew I also lost weight after the pregnancy. So I felt like, oh, I know I'm heavy, but I didn't realize just how heavy I was. I mean, the number for me scared me.
Mm-hmm.
And although I didn't have any diabetes or high blood pressure, it was only a matter of time. It runs in my family, and to be almost 400 pounds, I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking just talking about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, the good thing is that you realize that a lot of people, unfortunately, what happens is they wait till they get to that point to make a change or to do something. You decided to do it well before any doctor said, well, now you got diabetes, and now you got this, and now you got that. And
Absolutely.
You know, so I think you took action at the right time. And what I like to encourage people to do, and that's really what this is about. We want to inspire, we want to encourage, and we want to motivate you to understand that you too can do this. Like there's nothing that Jenny did that's necessarily special about her that allowed her to get to where she's at. The main difference between people that are successful and people that aren't is action. People that are successful, they take action. You know, and everybody takes it at their own point, but the most important thing is you didn't wait. You knew you needed to do something. You knew that you knew that you couldn't necessarily do it on your own, all of it, and you did what was necessary. And we're going to talk about that today in this journey. So then you told me that you were at a point where everybody turns to you for help. Like you're the one where when everybody needs something, they come to you. So at that moment, when you were at your lowest, who did you have to turn to?
I turned to my family, and I know it's going to sound cliche, but God. I prayed. I expressed to you that I knew that I could not do it by myself. And although people know the right things to do, you find out, okay, I need to eat this way, or I need to do this, I need to go to the gym. I still didn't have it in me. I just felt like I can't do it. And mentally, I just was like, I don't know if I could do this, and I need extra help. So I did turn to my family and pray on it. My mom suggested that I look into weight loss surgery. I wasn't opposed to it. I just, at the time she suggested it, I wasn't mentally thinking that I need help. So it just so happens I was going to renew my insurance, and the agent that was helping me, she had vertical sleeve gastrectomy. And she told me about it, and I said to her, I'm going to ask you about weight loss surgery being covered because my mom thinks I should do it.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me nothing but great things. She gave me a doctor, a hospital. She gave me all the information I needed to get started. And I just took that as a sign. I said a prayer about it, and here I am now doing something that has nothing to do with weight loss. It's just my insurance. And I meet this woman who had a great experience and gave me all this information. And all the information she gave me was super accessible to me.
Mm-hmm.
I just took that as a sign.
Yeah.
That this is the path. This is how you're going to get where you're going. This is the help that you are asking me for.
Yeah. And, you know, I think that oftentimes people are put in our lives and in our paths for a reason.
Absolutely.
And that's the other part of taking action, whereas you realized that this was all part of what was supposed to happen to get you to where you want to be. And I think part of the lesson in this is, don't go at this alone. Like,
absolutely,
it's more it's more enjoyable when you have other people to do it.
Yes.
But sometimes you need that encouragement. You need the knowledge. So seek out the help of others that have either been there or know someone that's been there. Don't try to do it all yourself. Don't try to figure it out all yourself. Because the knowledge is out there to get you to where you want to be. You just got to embrace that knowledge.
Absolutely. I also had a family member who had the surgery, and I did speak to her, and nothing but good things. Nothing but good things she had to tell me, and really very encouraging. And that helped me make my decision because I was terrified of surgery. I really didn't want to have surgery, but I knew I needed the help. So I got it done.
And, you know, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of people that are going to watch this. Maybe they're watching it now, or maybe they'll watch it on a replay that have the same fear of surgery.
Absolutely.
So being someone that had that fear of surgery, what do you say to someone to help them get over that fear? How do you, and what encouragement can you give to someone that knows that they probably need to do this, probably should do it, but they're afraid? What do you say? What encouragement?
For me, I would say, first of all, prayer. And secondly, think about all the things that make you want to have the surgery. What are the issues that you're having that you just do not want to go through anymore? You have, like you said about the breaking point, you have to get to a point where I can't do this no more. And that's where I was. I realized I cannot be this big. It's not healthy. It's painful every single day. I was on a breathing machine every night to breathe. And I didn't want to live like that. I have two small children. And they're girls. And I want them to see a inspirational, powerful mother, not someone who's weak or needs assistance for breathing. I just didn't want to have my kids see me broken and down. And I wanted to run with them. I wanted to be with them. I wanted to do fun things with them. And at that size, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I had to weigh my options. What's more important, my life or food? I mean, I love food. I still love food.
And we all love food. We all love food.
But it's not worth my life.
And the quality of your life as well.
Absolutely.
And I think that's, sometimes we got to kind of step away from the aesthetic, like what I'm going to look like. And I think sometimes people focus more on that than not what am I going to feel like by making these changes. You know, go ahead.
You know what? Physical appearance was never my top priority for the surgery. I knew I was going to lose weight. It's called a weight loss surgery. But that was not my goal. My goal was my health. And I think that is the most determining factor when I get up every day and I eat right and exercise, because I want to be healthy. even now to this day, you know, on IG, we have Transformation Tuesdays. I'm still amazed at my own Transformation Tuesdays because I don't really look at myself as, wow, I'm losing weight. I look at, I need the goals. I need to meet my milestones so that I can be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a big deal when I didn't have to use my breathing machine anymore.
Yeah.
It was a big deal for me when I took my kids to the park and I could run with them the entire time and was not out of breath.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my milestones that I just was ecstatic about. I mean, the look and looking good is always a plus.
Yeah, yeah, but it's quality of life mainly.
Of course, always.
Definitely. So you said that there was a period of about, there's a period of time between when you had decided to do the surgery and you had waited to actually do it. What was the reason why you took so long to decide to actually do the surgery?
It was the fear. It was the fear of the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to do my research because
Yeah.
I was so afraid. I wanted to make sure that, as having a fear of surgery, my fear was I'm going to die. I'm going to go on the knife and I'm going to die.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to do my research to find out what was the risk factors in having surgery.
Yeah.
There are so many different weight loss surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
You have gastric bypass,
Mm-hmm.
where they reroute your intestines to your stomach so that you eat less. You have lap band, where they put a band literally around your stomach that you have to tighten every couple of months to keep your stomach small.
Yeah.
And then they have vertical sleeve surgery, which is also, it's not where they cut you open. It's a surgery where they remove part of your stomach permanently.
Yeah.
So it was less invasive than the other two,
Mm-hmm.
and it had less long-term effects.
Okay.
So that's why I chose that one.
Okay. So what are some of the first things that someone should do that's considering the surgery? What are some of the first steps that they should take when considering doing surgery?
So the first thing I think you should do is talk to your doctor. Talk to your primary care physician about the surgery. The decision is still yours, but having your primary care give you the information on it is a plus.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would suggest you talk to your insurance, because insurance will pay for it. And find out, one, if they will pay for it, and suggest doctors that you can go to have the surgery.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then see that doctor, discuss it with them, pick your option of surgery, what kind of surgery you would like to have, and go from there.
Yeah.
It's going through your insurance takes months. Anywhere from 6 to 8 months, you have to get approval from your insurance, and you have to show your insurance that you are actively trying to lose weight on your own before they approve you. And during that 6 months, you have to see your primary care every month to show that you're losing weight, even if it's just a pound. You have to see a nutritionist to discuss ways to help you lose weight and better eating habits. You have to see a psychiatrist so that your mentally realistic goals are there, so that you don't have this kind of idea that this surgery is going to magically change your whole life. And then you have your preliminary blood work and GI checking out to make sure that internally you're okay to have surgery.
Yeah.
And once all of those things are in place, you're good to go.
So you said during that waiting period of 6 months where you were actively trying to do something, and that was the requirement, but you said you weren't losing much weight, and you said you were discouraged because you weren't losing much weight.
Yes.
So,
yes,
regardless of surgery or not, everybody's going to have ups and downs, plateaus, where you're getting results and then you're not getting results. What encouragement would you give to somebody actively putting in effort to get results, but they're just not getting the results? What encourage that person to keep going and to not give up?
First, by saying, don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. When you decided to make that journey, you're choosing to take care of yourself. So don't give up on yourself. That's number one. Number two, change it up. So when I reach a point where I stop losing weight, I change up my diet.
Okay.
In the beginning, I had a low carb, high protein diet and low sugar. So like you said, we're human. We go through ups and downs emotionally, and sometimes that causes us to eat more or to take in things that can negatively affect our weight. So for me, it was changing up the diet. Also, changing up your workout routine sometimes. Sometimes you kind of get stuck in a rut. Your body gets used to the same every day, 30 minutes of cardio, the same food you're eating. So if you change it up, just not even a lot, just tweaking it here and there, you're definitely going to see some change. For me, it was vegetable. I felt like adding more vegetables to my diet, you could never have too many of those. And then taking a look at yourself. What am I doing? Am I doing the right things? For me, I noticed that I was having great weeks. Monday through Friday, I was crushing it, eating my vegetables, eating my protein, going to the gym. And then on the weekends, I was partying. So I was eating poorly, I was drinking, and those things affected my weight loss. So if I lost 5 pounds Monday through Friday, I gained 4 of those pounds over the weekend just eating poorly and drinking.
And you know, I tell my clients that all the time, that you can ruin a whole week of hard work in 1 or 2 days of going out and partying. So no one's saying that you can't live your life. Like, we want you to enjoy life. But the reality is, and the good thing is, you don't have to be perfect to get to where you want to be.
Absolutely.
But the reality is, you got to do good more often than you do bad. Okay.
Yeah.
In the right proportions. And also, I always tell people that just the simple fact that you're doing more than you were doing doesn't mean you're doing enough. Like, if you go from exercising no days a week to exercising 2 days a week, and this actually recently happened to me, where I had a client, new client, that went from no exercise to 2 days a week, and after a few weeks, she's all frustrated. And I'm like, well, first of all, I recommended that you work out 4 to 5 times a week to get to where you want to be. But she's like, well, I started exercising, and why am I not losing any weight? I was, well, you're only doing 2 days a week.
Yeah.
2 days a week is barely, not even enough to maintain progress, let alone gain progress. So you got to be realistic with yourself and ask yourself, like you said, am I really doing enough? Am I really doing what I need to be doing to get to where I want to be? And it sounds like you did that. And, you know, so take us to the point now where the 6 months is over. What happens next?
Okay, so I lost, during that 6 months, I lost 43 pounds or something like that.
Okay.
40-something pounds.
And that was prior to the surgery?
That was prior to the surgery.
Okay.
I did have a moment of, okay, I did this by myself. Do I need to have surgery? I got approved for surgery, and I said, I'm doing it because it was hard. It was
losing that initial 40 some odd pounds is hard.
Yes, it was extremely hard for me, and I knew that initially I needed the help. So I'm not going to back out of the help now. So I went through with surgery September 28th of 2017.
So you got to realize that surgery is just a tool. Like, losing 43, 40, whatever pounds on your own is a big deal. So you got to celebrate that. But what happens is, a lot of people will get faked out. And they'll be like, well, I lost, you know, I can do this on my own. I don't need to do this, and I don't need to do that. And would it have happened differently? I'm sure if you lost 43, you could have continued. But you understand that the journey is going to be more ups and downs. And sometimes you just need that kickstart to get you to where you're trying to go.
Absolutely.
So you did that. You got to 40, you said 43?
I think it was 43. Yeah.
43 pounds off. So I want to give you a congratulations on that.
Thank
Because,
you.
you know,
Thank you.
yeah, that was your first understanding that it is possible.
Yes, absolutely. Also, I think in the 6 months, the first 3 months, I didn't lose any weight.
Yeah.
And I think that's because I didn't really understand my body and what worked. You know, they put you on your nutritionist and your surgeon put you on a diet, and if you stick to it, you're definitely going to lose weight. But everybody always likes to eat the same things every single day.
Yeah.
So I had to find things that worked for me. Now, I didn't like broccoli, so that's one vegetable I didn't really like. So I had to learn, what can I replace this with? It's important when you're on the journey to find things that you enjoy that are healthier. So I'm not saying that you have to eat vegetables all day, every day, and just have like chicken.
Yeah.
You know, that's not sustainable. You need to find a diet that is definitely sustainable for you.
Yeah.
Like you said, we're human and we still need to enjoy life.
Yeah.
So for me, chicken and ground turkey, ground chicken worked.
Yeah.
And eventually I got to love broccoli. That worked. But I had to start off slow. You know, coming from 367 pounds, I wasn't eating a lot of vegetables. I didn't even know that certain vegetables existed.
Yeah.
So I had to learn, and I took it step by step by adding one vegetable at a time. Like this week, I'm going to do broccoli, even though I don't like it. Next week, I'm going to do Brussels sprouts, or I'm going to do more spinach. And that's how I incorporated more variety into my meals.
Yeah. And I mean, I think part of the key to what you just said is understanding that if getting to where you're trying to go was just simply about doing what you enjoy doing what you like, eating the foods that you love, everybody would be in great shape, right? Yes. There wouldn't be no overweight people. There would be no unhealthy people. If it was just, okay, if I just do what I love doing every day, all day. But the reality is that a lot of people don't succeed because they're not willing to do the things that may either be uncomfortable or they don't like doing. And you said that initially you didn't like broccoli.
Yeah.
But you did some research, and I'm sure you found out how healthy it was, how beneficial it was. So you said, you know what? Sometimes I just got to take one for the team. Team me. And I'm going to eat this broccoli because it's what's necessary. And then you started educating yourself on other varieties of foods that you could eat that are nutritious, that would help you get to where you want to be.
Absolutely.
Right? And I think that's so important for people to do is you got to get out of your comfort zone. Okay? If your comfort zone is McDonald's and fried foods, and you got to understand that there's no way, and one of the things I tell my clients is, and you probably heard this before, that there's no way you can out-train a bad diet.
Absolutely.
Okay, how much exercise you do. If you eat like crap, you are not going to see the results. And you heard it here first from Mr. Fitness. I don't care what you do. You can work. We can add a day of the week. And you can exercise 8 days of the week. But if you don't change the way you eat, you will not reach your goals.
You know, you're absolutely right. And I'm going to be honest with everybody. Those 6 months and those 43 pounds that I lost, I did not go to the gym. I ate cleaner. That's what I did. I did not like the gym. I did not want to be in the gym. I did not want to sweat. I didn't have any cute gym clothes. So I just didn't go. I paid for it, but I didn't go. So when I had my first 3 months of not losing any weight, I knew that if I don't, I'm not going to get approved. So I have to do something. And that's where educating myself and trying different foods to help me reach my goal came into play, which was the best thing I could have done, because after surgery, you're guaranteed to lose weight, but now you got to be physically active. So right after surgery, once I got approved to exercise, even then, I still didn't want to go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I worked out in my living room,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know how to work out. I didn't know the first thing about working out.
Yeah.
So I went on YouTube, and
Mm-hmm.
I found Walk Away the Pound.
Mm-hmm.
And for 2 months, I just was in my living room marching. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Eating what they told me to eat and marching in my living room for 30 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
That was my exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So I think baby steps is important. Though so many times, you know, when people get on a journey, they're like, okay, that's it. I'm cutting all of this stuff out of my diet and I'm going to the gym 4 times a week and I'm going to crush it. And then the first day you mess up, you give up because now you failed.
Yeah.
Don't set yourself up for failure, guys. Baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
Start with 1 or 2 things in your diet that you can change. Mm-hmm. And if you can't work out 4 days a week, start with 2, like you said. Then move to 3. But be consistent. Don't ever give up. Just know that you can do it.
Yeah.
But stay consistent.
Consistent. And that is, anybody that knows me, all of my clients know that that's the one thing that I preach is consistency. You can have a great workout, but if you do it every now and then, you're not going to get great results. And like you said, the key is to set realistic expectations. Because I think the problem is a lot of people, they set their expectations up here, but their effort here.
Absolutely.
And that space in the middle is the danger zone.
Absolutely.
Because if your efforts don't match your expectations, you're never going to reach your goals. Mm-hmm. So instead of saying, and that's oftentimes why people, you know, they join the gym and they don't go, you know, out of fear, for whatever reason, fear of people, everybody's looking at them, me, and, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to look stupid. And,
I absolutely have that fear.
You know, so how did you overcome your fear of the gym? Or your dislike of the gym?
Okay, so this is gonna sound so crazy. Like you just said, I didn't want people looking at me. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to spend too much time in the gym.
Yeah.
So when I first initially started going to the gym, I made a effort to say, okay, this week I'm gonna go to the gym these amount of days, and I'm gonna do the elliptical. That was my goal. So I literally went to the gym for 1 week straight, and I spent 10 minutes on the elliptical machine. That's it. And I left. And I knew people were looking at me like, she just got here.
Yeah.
But at that time, that's all I could do. It was painful, so I knew I'm going to commit to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I decided next week I'm going to commit to 15 minutes. And I did that for a week. Then the following week, I committed to 20 minutes, baby steps. That's exactly how I worked my way from 10 minutes of cardio to 30 minutes of cardio.
Yeah. So what for you, was it more that working was painful and that was why you didn't necessarily like the gym?
In the beginning, it was that it was painful. But now after I've had a surgery and 2 months of marching in my living room, I've lost quite a few pounds. And it didn't hurt as much. Yeah. And even just walking in my living room, I discovered, wow, I could do this. This is not that hard.
Yeah.
I can move. I have energy. Yeah. You know, I'm like, wow, I'm not in pain right now. So that was the motivational factor for me to go back to the gym. Plus, I had a sister-in-law that was super motivational. So, and having a partner helped.
So, slow and steady wins
the race. Absolutely.
I once had a client years ago, similar to your story, where she was afraid of the gym. So what she simply would do, and the reality is we got to create new habits, right? Like our habits determine our future, our outcomes. Absolutely. So her main thing was just getting to the gym. So she literally would come into the gym, and there was couches near the entrance of the gym. So, and this was probably like 10, 15 years ago. She would sit on the couch for 15 minutes and she would leave. She wouldn't even work out.
Wow.
But she would do that 7 days a week for a month. That's all she would do. And I saw this lady coming into the gym. At that point, I didn't know her. She would come into the gym, sit on the couch, and leave. And I would go talk to her every now and then while I was in between clients. And then she started working out. She would get on a treadmill for 15 minutes and then leave. Now, she did that for 2 weeks. Now she's 6 weeks in. Now she's creating that habit of coming to the gym. Because the gym is filled with people that pay and never go.
Absolutely.
And, you know, back then when gyms were much more expensive, 50, 60, and there still are some, but the average gym now is $10, $20 a month. You know, we had people back then when the gyms were 50, 60, $100 a month paying and never going, right? So you got to focus on creating new habits. This is a lifestyle that you're working out, not just losing some weight to go on a vacation, and then once the vacation is over, you done and you're going to go back to what you were doing. We're working on creating a lifestyle.
Absolutely. And it's so funny you said that because initially my first 15 pounds that I lost on my own before surgery, I did it because my 30th birthday was coming up. And I felt amazing. I lost 15 pounds. I couldn't believe it. I was on top of the world, and I had pictures taken at that party. And I felt good. I felt like I had a badass dress on. But when I saw the pictures, although I did look nice, I was not happy with what I saw. I was disappointed. I was like, where's the 15 pounds? I don't see it. So that was another motivational factor for me as to I need to push and lose more.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. So how did you deal with self-sabotage? Because we're kind of going back a little bit.
Okay.
I think this is an important thing to touch on, where going out on the weekends and partying, doing good during the week. How did you deal with the self-sabotage and getting over that? What were some of the things that you did to look? We don't have to be perfect.
No, absolutely.
But we know we need to do that less. So I'm assuming at this point you're not doing that as often.
Absolutely not. So initially I was confused. Why is this not working? Why am I only losing a pound or two? But self-reflection has been my biggest motivator too.
Yeah.
Staying grounded and reminding myself, okay, what are you doing, Jennifer? Like, are you making the right choices? And I found that partying was not working.
Yeah.
I felt good and I looked good, but it's hurting me. So what I did was, initially I would still go out, but then I wasn't drinking. So I would say, I'm not going to drink. We could go out, we could party, but I'll just have water. That was one of the things. At this point, I'm at a point where 1 or 2 shots and I'm good, because alcohol has sugar in it, and then you add sweetener and it's more sugar. So if you just do a shot plain, I usually do something white like vodka, and I'm done. And I don't need to have an alcohol drink to have fun. So it's not a necessity, but it's definitely a part of the ambiance. So the shot is what I did. Also, although you out and you want to eat, I stop eating after 8. At 8, that's the goal. To stop eating at 8. I don't always meet that goal because, like you said, I'm human. But even the times that I don't meet that goal and I'm gonna eat something after 8 o'clock, what are you gonna eat that's not gonna hurt you tomorrow? So am I gonna have a slice of pizza? Or am I going to have some yogurt or in granola or a piece of fruit? Am I still going to get full? Still going to get full, but I'm not going to damage all my hard work. So those are the little things that help me to not beat myself up about not eating after 8 or having alcohol. Just a little bit. Because moderation is a key.
Moderation, exactly. So what I'm getting out of that is that you found a way to successfully deal with your relationship with food.
Absolutely. Have to.
I think that's one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people, because I think people hearing this that are considering going down the route that you took have to understand that there is a lot of people out there that have surgery that are not successful. And one of the main reasons why they're not successful is because they don't adequately deal with their relationship with food.
Yes.
So what advice would you give someone watching this to help deal with that relationship, to heal that relationship, their relationship with food?
Learning your triggers was really important for me. I had to learn what motivated me to eat excessively. One thing that I learned from the surgery is we don't need as much as we consume. That's number one.
Yeah.
And sometimes we consume things not out of necessity, out of emotional issues or stress. So I had to learn my triggers. What is triggering me right now to want to pick up that candy bar that I know I shouldn't have? And it sounds so simple when you think about it, but when you're feeling like, oh, I just need something, I just need, maybe I should just go get some cake or something, or that slice of pizza, ask yourself why.
Yeah.
Why do you want it? If you know that this is going to sabotage all your hard work that you did this past week, why are you going to do it?
Yeah.
What's going on with you internally that's causing you to want to do that? And that's the key factor for me. It's daunting a little bit sometimes, and it's a lot of work, more work to me than going to the gym. To mentally, constantly keep asking yourself these questions, but that's how you're going to get to a point where you feel stressed, you know that you want something that you're not supposed to have, but yet, and then you don't get it. Then you feel yourself, no, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to distract myself from these feelings. I'm going to drink some water. And that's when you know that you have made some serious progress mentally.
Yeah, and I think it also comes down to like similar to like driving a car. Like initially, you know, you got your route to work and you go that same route every day, and maybe that's a little easier because you take the same route, you figure it out, but now you can kind of do it on autopilot. Obviously, you can't completely do it on autopilot because you got to pay attention to, you know, everything around you, but you no longer have to actively think about it.
Absolutely.
I think that's the important part of this, of dealing with your relationship with food. And I think a lot of people don't do it because it takes work. It's like anything in life. We as human beings are lazy. And if you can serve something on a silver platter to people that can help them get the results without them having to do much work, then they're going to take that route.
Of course.
You know, and changing these things mentally is not easy. It takes a lot of work, but that goes back to the creating new habits. So you want to get to the point where you've identified, like you said, the triggers that make you want to do certain things, that make you want to eat certain things, and you created an action plan to deal with those things, to say, when I feel this, I'm going to no longer do this, and I'm going to replace this with that.
Absolutely. Okay. I use tea, I use water, fruit. Those are the things I went to just deter me from wanting that extra plate of food or that piece of chocolate or cake.
So we talked about the easy way out. And it's oftentimes one of the things a lot of people think about. Like, I was actually doing a pre-interview with somebody that was interested in being on an episode of Weight Loss Warriors. And I've decided not to have her on because she lost weight the quote unquote natural way. And she was bashing people. She might be watching this. She was bashing people that went the surgery route.
Yep, I get that
And
a lot.
people don't realize that surgery is not the easy way out. There's nothing easy about surgery. Again, if it was easy, everybody that gets surgery would be successful. But the reality is there's a small percentage of people that get surgery that are successful long term. It's like the show The Biggest Loser. The majority of the people that go on that show that lose a lot of weight, within 3 to 6 months, within a year, they've gained most of it back, if not more. So what do you say to that person that says that surgery is the easy way out? And how do you, I guess, encourage somebody that might be hearing that to not listen to that?
Yes, I had surgery, but surgery does not get me up in the morning and take me to the gym. I do that by myself. Surgery does not allow me to tell myself not to have cake. I do that by myself. Surgery does not prep my meals for me, does not encourage me. It just stops me from having too much food at any one time. That's it. It doesn't create any magical spell over my body that makes me love the gym. Nothing. I still don't love the gym. I work out because I realize that I feel great after the gym.
Afterwards, exactly.
And I get the results that I want. That's it. But surgery doesn't do that for me. So, and I have to go to a lot just to get surgery. So the same way that person who lost weight naturally gets up every single day and makes better food choices and works out, guess what? I do those same things. We do exactly the same thing to get the same results.
And you know, I think you touched on a good point that it doesn't change. It only changes a small percentage. The only thing that surgery changes is the amount you can actually eat at one time.
At one sitting.
But you still got to do the work. You still got to, and a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people will force themselves to eat mainly because they haven't dealt with that, the inner emotions in their relationship with food. But I think people watching this have to realize that it's a tool.
It is.
Surgery is a tool. It is not the end all be all. Okay?
Absolutely.
And you have to understand that going in. Is that at the end, after the surgery is when it really starts.
Absolutely.
That's game time. Okay?
Absolutely.
Because now here is where all the effort that you have to put in starts. And that's going to be the determining factor between your success and your lack thereof.
Absolutely. I also would like to add that your first year after surgery is really when you lose the most weight. And if after that initial 100 pounds, I mean, it's all on you. Really on you. If you're not active after surgery, you're going to lose weight because you can't eat. But there's going to become a point in time where you are not going to lose weight anymore and you're going to be frustrated. Then what do? You got to go to the gym. You got to change your eating habits. That's the only way to lose weight, whether you do it naturally, have surgery. That's it. Even people who have plastic surgery have to now, after plastic surgery, eat right and exercise in order to maintain their results. There's no way anybody who wants to lose weight is going to figure out a way to not eat right and not work out and still lose weight. It's just impossible.
So now you have people that talk about self-love, right? And they talk about, and I'm talking about in the sense of, I'm big, and I love myself the way I am, so I'm going to stay that way. What do you think about self-love? How does what do you think about self-love in that respect? It's always hard for me to phrase that question because
I know.
I'm trying my hardest to be politically correct, and I know how I feel about it. But as I said, I've never been heavy. Yeah. I've only trained people and helped people that have been, but I don't know firsthand of what it's like to be there. So what do you say to those people about self-love and not changing because I love myself the way I am?
Yes. So to me, self-love is like an onion. So many different layers to self-love. Mm-hmm. So start to peel back the layers. Yes, I love myself too. Mm-hmm. But once I started educating myself on my health, because that's one of the layers of my onion, mm-hmm. I realized I wasn't loving myself in that layer. Mm-hmm. And what do I need to do to love myself when it comes to my health?
Yeah.
And for me, it was, I need to change my diet so I don't get diabetes, mm-hmm. and I need to lose weight so that I can be there for my children. Mm-hmm. So I love the way I looked then too, but I was in pain. Mm-hmm. And that made me feel like, man, I can't do this anymore. So that's not loving yourself. Mm-hmm. When you say to yourself, mm-hmm. the way you are, I love that. That's empowering.
Yeah.
Also, are you loving on yourself? Mm-hmm. Okay? So it's okay to say, I love the way I look. Are you loving on yourself? And I feel mm-hmm. that healthy eating and taking care of your health and making sure that you have a longer lifespan, mm-hmm. that's self-love. That's saying I'm worthy enough to be on this earth as long as possible to make an impact somewhere to someone mm-hmm. as long as I can. Mm-hmm. And you can't do that if you're not eating right and taking care of yourself. You're taking years away from yourself when you're eating poor and not exercising and starting to have health issues because of it. Mm-hmm. You're denying yourself of self-love when it comes to your health.
Yeah. And I think our viewpoints are exactly the same on self-love. Like, I don't want you to hate yourself the way you are. I want you to love who you are, but I also at the same time want you to love yourself enough to do whatever's necessary to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely right.
That also goes back to what we were saying before in terms of not just the outward. I think when people talk about self-love in that respect, they're just simply focused on the way they look mm-hmm. and not focused on how they feel and what's going on the inside of them and mm-hmm. being healthy. So that's what I want you, everybody that's watching this, I want you to love yourself enough to take action and do what's necessary to make yourself the best version of yourself. And
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
That's all. So then you said you got bored of the gym, so you joined boot camp.
I did. So I was literally going to the gym where the boot camp was right around the corner. So I passed it every day, and I always looked and said, oh, what is that? I'm mm-hmm. interested, but I never went inside until one day I did. Uh-huh. And finding the boot camp was the best thing I could ever done for myself. Mm-hmm. Because, first of all, I should tell you about the boot camp.
Yeah.
It's called Triple Threat Boot Camp, and it's here in Brooklyn with me on I feel that the energy that I leave when I'm done working out at this boot camp is amazing. Mm-hmm. It gives me inspiration to do other things in life, not just working out. Because let's be real, People's weight is only one part of their life.
Yeah.
Your weight is not who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Losing weight and going to this boot camp and feeling inspired every single day really is what shown me to believe in myself that, man, I can do other things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to just be one way.
Mm-hmm.
There's other things in my life that I dreamed of doing that now I can do
mm-hmm.
because I have the confidence in knowing that if I could lose weight, I could definitely do this business that I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this boot camp is run by the most amazing 3 Latino women I've ever met in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mother-daughter duo, and their energy is just through the roof. Every day, going to them and working out with them just makes me believe in myself.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me want to do more.
Yeah.
So find something that works for you guys,
mm-hmm.
because that's what's going to get you the results long term.
Mm-hmm.
It's you got to love it. You got to feel like this is something that's going to be beneficial to your life
mm-hmm.
in the long term, not just now, not just 2 weeks from now, not next year, but for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where you're going to see the consistency and the results from.
Yeah. And, you know, I think it goes to what I always say to a lot of people is, in order to be successful at anything, you have to learn to love the journey. You got to learn to love the process. And a lot of people, it's like great athletes. They're successful, they're great because they love practicing. They don't just love, LeBron doesn't just love getting on the court on game day and playing basketball. He loves practicing. He loves competing. He loves studying his competitors. He loves every aspect of the process of getting from point A to point B, not just the end result. And I think what you said is key is really find something that you love doing, because exercise, it takes such a long time to see results that you're not, I tell everybody that you have to consistently work out for a period of anywhere from 3 to 4 months to really start to see a change. Now, in the perspective of our lives, length of our lives, it's not really that long.
No.
3 to 4 months. But in our minds, you're telling me that I got to put in 4 or 5 days a week for 3 to 4 months to start seeing results? Most people hear that and they're like, you know what? I'm going to stay the way I am because it's just easier that way. And the reality is nothing in life worth having comes easy.
Absolutely not.
Gotta work. Look, if you go into the gym, we talked about slow and steady, and we want to do that, but you got to work at your capacity.
Yes.
So if slow and steady is your beginning and you're putting in effort, maximum effort, that's fine. But when I see people in the gym and they just kind of, they on their phone and they're conversating, and then they wonder why they're not getting results. Where the reality is, you were in the gym, but you weren't putting in maximum effort towards the task of getting you to where you want to be. And what we want to do is prevent people from giving up.
Absolutely.
Because we don't want you to become a statistic of the people that pay for gym membership. I'm sure every gym appreciates your donation every month, okay?
Yeah.
But we want to see you get results.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's what this is about, inspiring you to do what's necessary. And there's a lot of hard work to come.
And that's exactly why I wound up changing. I still go to the gym, but I just found that I was losing my enthusiasm for it.
Mm-hmm.
And once I found the boot camp, man, I just was on fire. There's no way. And then once you realize that and you feel that, you're unstoppable, man.
Yeah.
You can do anything. And when you see how hard you can push yourself and what you can do physically,
mm-hmm.
there's no stopping you in any other aspect of your life. Your confidence goes up.
Yeah. And someone watching this video right now is on the brink of giving up.
Don't.
What do you say? Obviously, we understand that it's easier said than done, and you've seen some success. But you've been at that point where you wanted to quit.
Absolutely.
What do you say to that person?
I'm going to be honest. This past week, I didn't want to go to the gym now. One day this week. Mm-hmm. But I had been successful at convincing myself that I know I want long-term results. Mm-hmm. And just don't give up on yourself.
Yeah.
Love yourself enough to know that you are capable. And remind yourself of the little things you've done. If you reach a point where you are like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. I just need a break. I don't want to go to the gym no more. I don't want to eat right. I just want to eat what I want.
Yeah.
Think about the little milestones that you need to get to where you are.
Yeah.
The fact that you recognize that I'm tired and I don't want to do it, that's a step in itself. Mm-hmm. So don't give up. Mm-hmm. Find something else that's going to light another fire under you to do more, whether it be boot camp, whether it be weightlifting, whether it be running outside because the weather's getting nice, something to keep you engaged in this lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. So how much weight have you lost so far in total?
Oh, I've lost 125 pounds.
Ooh, if I had a victory bell, I would ring it. But I don't, so I'm going to give you a hand clap.
Yes. Thank you so much. It's the whole person. I can't believe it.
And when you think about it, that's the reality. Hey guys, we're live again. I'm going to try to get Jenny back on. I think she was giving you so much fire that I think we went over our time limit. I didn't even realize that Instagram had a time limit on their live, but hopefully we can get Jenny back on so there she goes. We can finish this interview. Let's see if we can get her back on. Let's see, hopefully she's coming back soon. She's giving that fire information, that knowledge, that motivation, that inspiration. We just Jenny, I think we was giving them so much fire that Instagram said we was burning it down, so they had to cut us off.
I really enjoyed this interview with you guys. Well, look, I can't believe an hour passed.
Yes, we're gonna finish it now. We know how much you've lost. Mm-hmm. Okay, where is your journey going from here? Do you foresee how much more weight are you looking to lose?
As of right now, I just want to get out of the 200. So I currently weigh 242 pounds.
Okay.
And I just want to get down to 199 at least.
Okay. So we got about 43 more pounds to go.
43 pounds to go. And I could do that. I know I could do that now. So I'm just pushing myself to get that last 43 pounds done. And then I'm sure I'll set another goal. I'm sure I will.
So any last closing words before we end this awesome interview for those people out there watching?
Yes. Guys, don't give up on yourself. Okay. If you on a journey and you feeling like I'm tired, I don't have it in me anymore, don't give up. You do have it in you. You've come this far, you can go further. You have great things to accomplish, and you can do that. Look at what you've accomplished already and set a new goals. Because life is forever changing. So are you. And if you are trying to start a journey and you don't know where to begin, research. You know, talk to your doctors. Instagram, YouTube, the internet is great. But remember that your journey is yours alone, nobody else's. So somebody else may take a year to get to their goal weight. You may take 2. That's okay. As long as you steadily continue to actively work at it. That's it. And once you start, there's no failing. There's no failing. You just got to start. Start moving. And don't wait till Monday, guys. Any day could be your Monday.
You know, I never understood why people say, you know, I'm going to get started on Monday.
Yeah.
Like, but it's only Tuesday. Start now. Don't put it off. Don't wait. Start now.
You could do it. Everybody, you could do it. Mr. Fitness, I love this channel. I love your platform. I love what you're doing. You're so inspiring. You're inspiring to me. You're going to continue to inspire others. I hope that this interview inspires others. And I wish you nothing but the best.
So, guys, if you, Jenny, give them your Instagram. If they have any questions for you, they can reach out to you directly.
So my Instagram is incredibly_Jen. And you can DM me. I always respond. You can just watch what I'm doing because I'm going to start posting more. I'm going to try it. You inspired me, Mr.
There you go.
So, guys, you inspired me.
There you go. So, guys, make sure you follow Jenny. Some of her pictures are awesome. That what she's accomplished so far, and maybe we'll have her back on a future episode once she's lost that 42 pounds or so.
Absolutely, I'm down.
Where she's at then. So, guys, thank you for watching today. I really appreciate you being here. Remember, all of these episodes will be on my YouTube channel. So if you want to check them out, go to youtube.com/fitnessmotivation, the number 4, the letter U, the number 2. If you've got a weight loss story that you'd like to share and you'd like to do it here on one of my future episodes of Weight Loss Warriors, go ahead and DM me if you're watching this live. But if you're watching this on the rebroadcast, again, down in the comments, there'll be a link where you can reach out to me directly and we can talk. Last but not least, if you're looking for some help, if you've started a journey but you don't quite know what to do, or if you're in a journey but maybe you've hit a plateau and you're looking to smash through that plateau, then I would love to help you out by offering you a free 30 days to my online fitness and nutritional coaching program. There, I'm going to create your diet. I'm going to create your workouts, and I am going to hold you accountable for completing the task. So DM me if you're watching this live and let's talk. But if you're not, again, there will be a link down below in the description on YouTube where you can go ahead and apply for a free 30 days to my online fitness and nutrition coaching program. And that is it, y'all, from Mr. Fitness, the body transformation specialist, and Jenny signing off. And as always, where there's a will, there's a way. And I hope you have an awesomely fantastic day. Until next time.